Alrighty guys, welcome back. I've got the new E-flite Cirrus SR22 here. It's time to fly it, show you guys the flight characteristics and all that good stuff. It is a extremely easy airplane to fly, so if you're skeptical about it, you know, maybe you're newer, if you can fly 4-channel, this airplane's completely fine. It is super easy to land. It slows down beautifully. It's extremely stable. The trike gear is a plus for people starting off. Really good ground handling. You don't have to worry about ground loops or nose overs or anything like that. And another thing I really like about this airplane as well are these really big wheels they've got on there. They are soft foam, so they handle really well on hard surfaces. They don't make a whole lot of noise. They don't rattle around. And there is a lot of space, I'd probably say about an inch of clearance between the ground and the wheel pans, and that's excellent. Yeah, it might not be scale, but it's really, really nice for taking off and landing in the grass. So I'm running a 4S 2200. We're going to be taking it off and landing on grass. My first time, actually. Everything else has been on the road, but we should have no issues here. All right, we're going to start off with half flap takeoff. It doesn't take much to get this bird in the sky, and I'll show you safe. 100% rates all around, no expo. It's just the way I fly it. Let's go ahead and get it rolling. All right, let's see how this does in grass. Should not take much. And like I thought, it didn't take very much. So one thing I've noticed about this airplane is the little amount of throttle you need to cruise. 35–40% throttle is all you honestly need. We'll go half flaps here to slow it down a little bit more. Better for the camera. Full flaps to slow it down even more. It is creeping right now. Tons of aileron authority, which is great at those low speeds. I'm not too worried about stalling it. No wingtip stalls or anything like that. Just a little bit of rudder. And you can see that I'm flying around exceptionally slow. I mean, and tons of power, 4S power, unlimited vertical. You know how that goes. I mean, all E-flite planes these days are overpowered, which I absolutely love. Really good elevator authority. It hardly takes anything, any room to do a loop. You wouldn't think you'd have as much elevator authority as you do. The elevator is actually quite small, but it absolutely packs a punch because there is just so much pitch change with just the slightest, input to the stick, which I personally like. You can see it's got quite a good aileron roll, full roll there. So it's not the fastest thing ever, I mean, and it's not going to be, but for a scale civilian type aircraft, I absolutely think it's perfectly fine. Inverted flight, it does it flawlessly, no issues there. You can really jam the sticks around on this airplane. Not a whole lot of rudder. Yeah, there it goes around. Not a whole lot of rudder influences this airplane. You don't really need it, you know, but you don't really get a whole lot. I love how crisp the aileron response is. I really love how this wing flies as well. It's just very predictable. It's smooth. It's accurate. I really like this wing. The LEDs are bright, very pretty, easy to see, especially at dawn or dusk. No complaints with the LEDs. It even has a little interior light, which I absolutely love. The fixed gear looks really good. You know, this is a very sleek airplane, so they've got those wheel pans. They look really nice. Yeah, not a whole lot of rudder. Takes a little bit to get the tail over. Let's do a full speed pass. It's pretty quick, but it's not, you know, super fast. Full speed there, into a loop. Off the throttle, roll out. Really pretty airplane. Sorry about the sun if that is affecting. I'm trying to fly back towards this building here where the sun will be shining on the airplane and not the camera. Very sporty. Nothing exciting, I would say. If you've flown any 4-channel aircraft similar to this, it's going to feel right at home. It's nothing that's going to be, I don't know, I wouldn't say it would be like a new experience for a lot of pilots. It's just another good flying airplane. Very familiar. And that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. But I don't think this airplane will be outside of really anybody's comfort zone. And I think it's quite versatile for everybody. The sport flyer, the scale flyer, the beginner, it's good for all those things. I will say that the wings do blend in quite easily since they are completely white. So a lot of the times you're just flying the fuselage, especially when you get it on those kind of cloudy days. If the weather is just right, you literally will not see the wings. You'll just see the red fuselage. So it could be tough for orientation. I could see it being a little bit tough, but I don't think it's anything to warrant not buying the aircraft. Let's do the stall. I'll go up here and show you guys the stall. Try to keep it as low as I can. All right, and I'm holding full back. So a little bit of a wingtip stall there. Let me try that again. I think I was already in the turn. Might have been a little unfair. Let me get straighter, let me level out, and then gradually pull and hold. Okay, it is trying its absolute hardest. It still hasn't dropped a wing yet, and it doesn't look like it's going to. So I will say that it doesn't have the world's best stall characteristics. It will drop a wing. Just be careful because it will drop that wing and spin, but AS3X helps out a lot, and it's not a very violent stall. It's very easy to recover. And the cord on this wing is very, very short. So it's a long wing, but it's a skinny wing. Good airplane, guys. Love it. It is a absolute blast to fly, but like I said, it's nothing super exciting. You will get 100% familiar with the airplane in 2 or 3 packs. So, well, not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. Let me show you guys safe, of course. I'm gonna flick it on to safe. So if I want to bank left, you just hold the stick, let go, it self-levels. Limits my bank, let go and it self-levels. Can't go up and down but so much. See that? So safe works very well on this airplane. If you lose orientation, I highly recommend having it enabled. I have it on a switch back here. I can turn it on and off as I want to. And safe is always something I fly with because you never know. Never know when you need it. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and land it. Good flight times on a 4S2200. I'm getting 6 and 7 minute flight times depending on how you fly. And I'll show you just how easy this airplane is to land. It slows down very well with full flaps. We're gonna come out here. We don't need nearly this amount of space, but full flaps. And just lightly have the throttle on 10% or less, honestly, just enough to where the motor is spinning. And drop it on down. A little bit of throttle, little flare. Easy peasy. And you know what? It can land a whole lot slower than that. That was actually coming in faster than what I typically would. It's an extremely easy airplane to land. It has great ground handling. It is really a nice airplane, and I really like it. On one note, I did make a video about there being foam in the intakes, and Horizon told me they were supposed to be taken out. Well, Horizon was incorrect, and you're supposed to leave them in. They actually reached back out to me and told me that, hey, I'm sorry, our staff told you wrong, leave them in. So leave the foam in. Not a big deal. It's just supposed to put more air on the motor, so that's them. You know, their staff did not know the correct answer, and they told me wrong. So leave them in or put them back in or whatever if you want to. I'm sure it wouldn't hurt if you left them out. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment. Thanks.